Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Today is the last day of the week before the weekend. It might not make such a huge difference for you, especially if you're someone who is working for yourself. You have your own business, your own gig, and you kind of schedule and manage your own time as it works for you. But nevertheless, today's Friday, and I would like to give you some routines or some rules, or not so much rules probably, but guidelines that you can incorporate in your routine to start managing your weight better, to start losing weight, or not to gain weight. Because when we are young, usually our body is more forgiving, meaning we can do a lot of things and eat a lot of foods that are suboptimal for us, and our body won't give us much trouble. But the later we are in life, 30s start, and your body kind of starts acting out and telling you what it likes and what it doesn't like. And so the sooner you start taking a better care of your health, of your healthy habits routine, healthy eating routine, the less problems you're gonna have in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s. And of course, if you already have some problems, if you do these things, they will not only help you to lose weight, to maintain healthy weight, to shred all the unnecessary, all the excess fat, but they also, what is more important, will improve your health and your energy levels and the joy that you get of life. So the techniques, the rules, or the habits that I'm going to be describing today, they're not about weight loss, even though they are. These habits take care of your body as of this complex, multifaceted, open system. And weight loss and healthy weight is a byproduct of your health. And that's how it's supposed to be. Weight loss is not a separate issue. Weight gain, unhealthy weight gain, is a health problem. And once you fix your health, once you are healthy, your body will get rid of the excess weight naturally and easily. And you don't need to count your calories and starve yourself all the time. That's not what's about. Besides talking about and educating you about these routines that I've learned through decades of my personal and professional experience, I'm also going to be answering some questions about low carb and keto diet that I've been asked quite often. I believe they need a little bit more clarification. So let's start with the routine. So how to lose weight, to maintain weight, to get lean, at the same time getting healthier, getting more energy, and feeling your best. And that's what it's all about. Weight loss should be a byproduct, shouldn't be your focus. And for you to be able to get all of that, first and foremost, you shouldn't be starting with trying to cut the amount of food you eat. Not at all. That can actually worsen your health, especially your stress levels, and that can backfire in so many ways. And that's why also a lot of people who do one-sided calorie counting approach end up usually being super hungry, having cravings, with worse energy levels, with worse health, and feeling cranky all the time. And not to turn into that cranky beast, you want to do it not that way, not by starvation. So the first thing you want to do is to take care of your sleep, guys. And sleep it's not as simple. First of all, you need to schedule 8 hours in bed. Like 8 hours, you gotta be in bed, because sometime it will take you some time to fall asleep. So 8 hours in bed. And that is true for most people. And when I say most people, according to recent studies, less than 1% of people can be well on 6 hours of sleep. So you need to schedule in bed 8 hours of sleep, guys. And not just anytime, but on good schedule. And that means going to bed for larks, for early type people, and for people who are somewhere average in that, and average is not bad here. So if you're not a night owl, and only 1/3 of population, that is still a big percentage. So if you're someone who is not night owl, and you're not someone who is really comfortable with working at night naturally, then you should be going to bed by 10 p.m. usually, and you need to be in bed till 6 a.m. For larks like me, you might go to bed at 9 a.m. or even 8 p.m. and waking up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. That's totally fine. And if you're a night owl, then find your own schedule, but also go to sleep for 8 hours on a regular schedule. And what you also want to do to make sure good quality sleep, it should be cool in your room, somewhere around 20 degrees centigrade, 18 to 20 degrees centigrade. Cooler temperature in your room will help you to improve the quality of your sleep. It should be dark. If you don't have blackout curtains, you should use an eye mask that is comfortable and closes off all the potential light sources, so you don't see anything when you're in your mask. And it should be quiet. Use earplugs if it's not quiet in your place, or there is traffic outside, or something that can wake you up in the middle of the night, even though you might not consciously remember those cases of waking up. If it's noisy outside and you don't have those windows that block all the noise, if it's noisy in your apartment, use earplugs. So it should be dark, cool, and quiet. You gotta go to bed on the same schedule. It doesn't matter weekend or weekday, because your body is very sensitive to those changes. For a few hours. If you, for example, go out at night and you don't sleep till 3 a.m., even though usually you go to bed by 10 p.m., it's very bad for your body. So try to really, really minimize those cases if you do them ever. So dark, quiet, cool, on the same schedule, to make sure good quality of your sleep, and to synchronize and to balance your circadian clock. You should before bed, you should not have bright lights around for a couple of hours. 3 hours is like ideal. 1 hour at least before bed. No screen time, no blue lights, but no screen time is really it's proven to be really beneficial. So not even your phone with blue light blocker, nothing, no TV, do something else, read a regular book, play music, do some foam rolling. So that is what you do an hour before bed. And then when you get up in the morning, you need to expose yourself to natural light outside, full spectrum light, for at least 20 minutes. So go outside, do something that you should do before 10 a.m. as early as possible. Again, to synchronize your internal clock so that governs all of your metabolic processes and synchronizes the work of your systems and organs together. That is very important. So sleep is not that a simple thing. So all these things, you need to take care of them for good quality sleep. And when it comes to sleep, it's not just about the quantity, it's also about quality. If you wake up not feeling refreshed and you need an alarm clock to wake up, then you're not getting enough sleep, guys. So number one, sleep. Number two, that we kind of talked a little bit already, light hygiene that we talked about just now. So light in the morning and no bright light at night. Light, stress management, movement, all that in this number two lifestyle factors for weight loss and also for health and energy. So light hygiene, as we talked just now. Stress management, meaning start meditation. If you are someone who doesn't know how to meditate, use my favorite apps, Waking Up app, that also has some really cool lessons about consciousness. Or Headspace, another app that is guided meditation. So basically you don't need to think about anything. You just need to use the app, and in the app, the guide will tell you everything you need to think or not think about, what you need to pay attention to, what you need to do, etc. So it's no brainer. You can just listen to it and do what's being said. So stress management. And then also being able to manage the amount of perceived stress. So in any situation, realize that you have certain control. So take actions in the areas where you have control and let go of the things that you can't control and be at peace. And also take deep breath whenever you feel anxious, 3-6 deep breath before eating, and also whenever you feel anxious. That will all help you to manage your stress. And stress is one of the biggest causes of a lot of diseases and inflammation and a lot of health problems. So you need to be able to manage stress better. And then movement. Guys, I don't like to include exercise or workouts in my weight loss toolkit, because movement and exercise and workouts, it should be a part of your lifestyle, like eating food. Our brain evolved through movement. We evolved as human beings because we were moving. Movement is it's a basics of life. Just like eating food, you need movement to survive. Literally, if you lay down and you don't move ever, you're gonna die. That's how important movement is. And exercise, mild stress that exercise produces, you need that. And so that should be a part of your regular routine. You should be moving daily, you should be walking. You don't have to be running, but you need to be walking. You gotta engage in some exercise that make you sweat. You gotta lift some heavy weights once in a while. It doesn't have to be anything precise, stretch, do some foam rolling, just move. That again should be part of your routine, and you don't need gym membership for that. You don't need any complicated equipment. You don't need any complicated routine. For health and weight loss and weight maintenance, you just gotta have a routine. You don't even have to run or sprint or do anything crazy, not at all. But for weight maintenance, for weight loss, for weight management, you do need to have an exercise routine. So these two are the foundation of any health or weight loss program. And first one is sleep, and the second one consists of, and you can also separate all of them, light hygiene, stress management, and movement hygiene or movement routine. And then number 3, guys, fasting routine. You should have a fasting routine too. You gotta give your digestive system, your digestive organs a break. You gotta give your gut a break from food. When you eat food, it takes somewhere like 8 hours for it to go through your digestive system before your digestive system can start healing itself and rebuilding the gut lining, rebuilding certain cellular structures of your digestive organs. So your digestive system needs a break, and that's why fasting is so crucial. And for health, it is proven that there are 2 things about intermittent fasting. First of all, you need to stop eating like 3 hours before bed, and also preferably it gotta happen before the sun goes down, again, to synchronize your internal clocks of all of your organs for optimal metabolism. So the timing is important, and also 14 hours without any nutrition, any food, any calories, any almond milk in your coffee, or any heavy cream or coconut oil in your drinks, without any of that, just water. And even unsweetened tea and coffee are still kind of debatable for your circadian clock. I personally consume unsweetened coffee, but that's all I'm having. And then water, and that's it for me. And then unsweetened tea, like herbal tea. I love that too. So fasting, 14 hours of fasting, and 3 hours before bed you stop eating, and preferably it should happen before the sun goes down for optimal synchronization of all of your organs and systems. That's why it's important, guys. It's not just some woo-woo concept, don't eat after 6 p.m. or after the sun goes down. There is actually science behind it. Number 4, here we have foods. Like finally we got to the food part of our weight loss and health program routine. So when it comes to foods, I like to talk about 3 aspects that build one on top of the other. When it comes to foods and healthy eating, there are 3 aspects that you need to pay attention to. First of all, this is the foundation. You need to remove toxic foods. You need to remove poor quality foods. You need to remove junk foods. This is the foundation of all of it. The second part, you need to make sure that you consume all the nutrients that need to be in a human diet for optimal health, energy production, and of course weight maintenance. So you need to consume all the vitamins, all the minerals that we are aware of a human body needs from whole foods, because most supplements still do not work really as well as whole foods do. Even though some of them help, but also you can overdose them. Also, low quality supplements can cause the problems of their own. So from whole foods, this is the second level. After you remove all the toxic stuff, that also, by the way, goes to skincare products, your shampoo, your body lotion, your cosmetics that can have a lot of nasty chemicals that might be even worse than the food you put in your mouth. So remove all these toxins, then human nutrition, and making sure that you are getting all of the nutrients your body needs. And I'm going to be creating more content next week about these specific nutrients and foods, most importantly foods, where you get that from. And then the third level is individualized diet. So basically, guys, we are kind of all similar human beings, but we still have different lifestyles. We're at different stages in our life, age-wise, different gender. Also, we have different ethnicities, or we have different gut microbiome. And so because of that, we have unique nutrition preferences, meaning that some foods work better for you and some foods do not work as well for you. And through the experimentation, and a great tool for that is elimination diet that you can also Google, and I can give you more advice if you'd like. So through the elimination diet, and then reintroducing different foods that you think might cause problems, you figure out what foods work for you and what foods don't work for you. Like, for example, I know that for me personally, dairy dairy products don't work. They actually don't work for a lot of people, but some people are totally fine with good quality dairy products, right? For me, even butter and cheese cause problems, or certain fruits for me cause problems, but certain foods do not, right? So 3 parts to food part: eliminate the toxins, make sure that you consume all the vitamins and minerals and fatty acids that and proteins that your body needs. This is the part of human diet. And then the third level is individualized diet, what works for you. And then the step number 5, to create perfect health and weight management, weight loss routine that will cause your body to lose weight effortlessly without you counting calories. The step number 5 of this plan is macronutrients. So what I know from my experience and what I learned over the years is there are usually 3 types of people. People who are usually like really lean, and it's easy for people to stay lean, and usually they actually don't have problems maintaining weight, but they do have problems with health or sometimes belly fat. So those ectomorph kind of people, they usually lean and tall and don't carry a lot of fat, but they also don't usually build muscles that easily. Then mesomorph, kind of like it's my type, and those are the people who build muscles easily, and they're somewhere in the middle. They don't put too much weight on easily, but also if they overeat or they have poor lifestyle, they do put on weight. And then there are ectomorphs, people who really have hard time not putting on weight. And those 3 types, they have different tolerance to carbohydrates. And so for these 3 different types of people, for one type, for ectomorph, actually ectomorph is the lean type, endomorph is a round, fattier, I guess, type of people. Anyway, so those 3 kinds of people, they for them 3 types of diet work better. Like for one type, for leaner type, more carbohydrates from healthy sources work better than more fats. For the middle type, my type was like more of a muscly kind of person, somewhere in between, low carbohydrate works, and you probably don't want to be consuming a lot of carbohydrates, but also you don't want to go crazy with fats and being on super high fat diet. That works for that type. And the third endomorph, more fats, moderate protein, really low carb, works best for that type. And so step number 5 is macronutrients. Like there is certain pattern for proteins, for fats, for amount of carbohydrates that work for that for those particular types better. So there is no one diet that works for everyone when it comes to the amount of fats and proteins and carbohydrates. And then step number 6, only after you do and master all of this, you might need to limit the amount of food you eat and limit the amount of calories you eat. So only here I would suggest you to look at the amount of calories you eat or the amount of portions you have. And because for most people, if you work on mastering the prior steps, counting calories will not be necessary. You will have your natural hunger that will help you to maintain your weight. All that being said, now I want to answer a few questions that I believe might benefit a lot of you guys. So, how difficult is it to do a low carb diet or keto diet? And guys, it's very individual, and it depends where you are, where you start. You might start with eating a lot of junk foods, really a high processed, high carbohydrate diet and in poor health, and then for you low carb keto diet consisting of whole foods might feel like a disaster, especially at first. So it might be really, really difficult. And then for someone who's already on pretty healthy diet and in good health, it might be like a natural thing to do, right? So how difficult it is really depends on where you are, what kind of metabolism you have, where you start, and what kind of tools you use. There is a smart way to do any diet and a dumb way to do diet, so you can increase your suffering or decrease it. That's why you need to get educated before doing anything to avoid your own suffering as much as possible. Another question, is keto the best to lose weight, to get shredded? No, guys. As I've just mentioned, there are three types of people for whom different macronutrient content works better. And is keto for everyone or best for everyone? No, not at all. It's best for certain kind of people. It's not best for everyone. That's why you need to experiment, and also probably you need to start with the diet that is more likely to work for you, like figure out your body type and whether you work better on more whole food carbohydrates or more whole food fat. So keto is not best for everyone, but limiting your processed food and processed carbohydrates is good for everyone. What does keto look like when you try to get shredded? Keto, might be done in different ways, but what I learned through my experience is the keto to get shredded needs to eliminate a lot of added fats like oils, butters, unlimited amount, of nuts and fatty foods, and unlimited amounts of foods and overeating in general. So basically, to get shredded on keto, you need to eat a lot of non-starchy vegetables. You need to eat the amount of protein that you need to maintain your body weight and your training. You need to eat your healthy fats, mostly, predominantly from whole foods, not from oils and butters, and you just need to have some routine and structure around your meals. So maybe 2-3 meals and no fatty coffee, no all of that stuff, and that will help you to get shredded. You just need to be more mindful, and you can't eat unlimited anything when trying to get shredded. And the last question, it's a specific situation from one of my social media followers asking me for advice. So the girl was asking, I'm 30% body fat and want to be 15% body fat. I'm going to the gym but not getting results. Is keto necessary? So there are a few parts to this question. Well, first of all, when you're going from 30% body fat to 15% body fat, before that you need to hit 25 and 20, so take it step by step. The second part is hitting the gym and exercising might be actually counterproductive, and it is not a good weight loss tool. It's great for health and weight maintenance, but not so much for weight loss. So I'm not surprised that by just adding exercise to your routine, you're not losing that much weight as you've expected, because probably you also might start eating a little bit more because your appetite increases when you start exercising. So what you need to do is you need to work on this 6-step formula that we talked about. And when it comes to food, you do need to improve your eating habits. You do need to start making sure that you're getting everything your body needs, all the vitamins and minerals. You need to eat good quality foods. And that's first and foremost. And you need to start regular fasting and take care of your gut health. But keto, no, it's not necessary. Again, depends on your body type, on your metabolism, on your health. And if your metabolism is broken and you're very insulin insensitive and you have metabolic issues, metabolic challenges, that you might need to go very low carb, but not forever. And also it might be the thing that it's not going to be the best thing for you. So in each individual situation, the solution will be different. I personally love a low carb and keto diet. That's where I spend the most time consulting people, coaching people, and that's the lifestyle I chose for myself. But I'm a trained nutritionist, and also from my experience, again, I do not believe that keto diet, low carb diet, depending what you consider low carb, because most people on some super high carb diet, then for them low carb is even limiting a little bit is considered to be low carb. Any case, there is no best thing for everyone. But you need to change your eating habits to lose fat effectively. That is for sure. And that concludes this episode, guys. So we talked about the health, weight management routine that you need to start work on if you want to have healthy weight and health and longevity and a lot of energy for your life. And to recap it, first you got to take care of your sleep, then light and stress management and movement routine, then your fasting routine, then the foods that consist of 3 levels. First eliminate toxins, then add essentials, and then the third one, individualize your diet. And then you gotta optimize your macronutrients depending on your body type, and only then you can start thinking about calories if necessary, because for most people, just by mastering the steps that I mentioned before, going to be enough to get the results that people want. And again, is keto necessary? No, it's not necessary. And for me, for example, a super high-fat keto diet, it doesn't work. I tried it, it just doesn't, right? For some people, it's perfect. So I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Think about all of what you heard and what you learned today over the weekend, and change your habits and your routine accordingly to get the results that you want, to get more health, more energy, more vitality, and at the end of the day, to have amazing life experience and to fuel your work in your life and everything and anything in between. So thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. Love all of you. Invest in your health this weekend a little bit more for me. And till next time, as usual, eat better daily.